So happy birthday to Jordin Sparks. She turned 35 years old, which is crazy. Like I haven't thought about Jordin Sparks forever, but now she got a bunch of new pictorials because it seems like she might be coming back into the game once again, which is good because Jordin Sparks has a really good voice. Man, it sucked because back in 2008, she was off American Idol. She had a cute look. She had a really good voice, but it never clicked for her. And I think part of the problem was Jordan at that point was super sweet. And the record companies at that time period, even now, they wanted edgy. They wanted edgy. They wanted sexy. Like Lady Gaga was edgy. Like Katy Perry was sexy. Rihanna was sexy. Like Beyonce was sexy. That wasn't Jordan. She was just sweet. Like if you take this 35-year-old Jordin Sparks and put her back in '08, she would have been fine. But she was just super sweet back then. But I will say that song, No Air, with her and Chris Brown, is still an amazing, beautiful duet. To me, it's one of Chris Brown's best songs. And he's made a ton of songs, but that's one of his best songs. And that melody they had, that da 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 da, it's really good, man. It's a beautiful duet. We do not have beautiful R&B duets today. So shout out to Jordan and Chris Brown for making that track. So I started thinking, who are the top five people that came off American Idol that was super successful? So first of all, they didn't make the list. Shout out to Fantasia and Ruben Studdard. So Fantasia, back in the late 2000s, she worked with Missy Elliott. She had some really good tracks, but it never worked out for her. Like she should have been in that sweet spot in between Beyonce and Mary J. Blige, but she never got those hits, right? However, I'm telling you, if you need someone to close a show, if you need someone in a pinch, let's say you try to get Beyonce and she said no, and you try to get Mary J. Blige and she said no, man, Fantasia is the best option. She might not have many hits, but she'll take a damn cover and perform the hell out of it. She is off that Tina Turner tree. Fantasia she is a whirlwind of energy. She used to bring, at one point, she used to cry a lot in her performances. She don't do that anymore, which is good. But man, her energy, if you can't get Beyonce to perform like they're just twirling around, doing that Tina Turner thing, get Fantasia. And she's very much like Mary J. Blige, where she has that rough vocal, but it's strong, man. So Fantasia, as all the American Idol performers, she's like one of the best. And shout out to Ruben Studdard. He should have been at least a poor man's Gerald Levert, but it didn't work. He just didn't get those hits. However, Sorry 2004, that video of Reagan Gomez, that song is a Dave Hollister song, man. And Ruben sang his song. He sang his heart out. He's like, no more strip clubs, no more women. And this is my sorry for 2004. Sorry 2004. Oh, I love that song, man. They do not make R&B like that anymore. My man just singing his heart out. So they didn't make it in my top five, but they should have. Okay, so number five, Chris Daughtry. One of the best moments ever on American Idol. Chris Daughtry was in the bottom two. And Ryan Seacrest said, going home tonight is Chris Daughtry. He was like, what? Because people thought he would at least be in the final two or win. He lost. He goes away. He pops back up in the band Daughtry. And if you go back to like the late 2000s or early 2010s when like we had Maroon 5 and Train, man, Matchbox 20, Daughtry was up there, man. Daughtry they was just pumping out hits like crazy. And Chris Daughtry proved that you don't have to win these shows. He was the first one to say like, yeah, I didn't win, but look at my success. He was more successful. Ruben won. He was far more successful than Ruben Studdard. He was far more successful than Adam Lambert, than a lot of people, man. And now they don't hit as much as they used to. That's, it's been a long time, but man, Daughtry, when you see Benson Boone, because Benson Boone was on American Idol, he left. But I think Benson Boone is off that Daughtry tree when it's like, you don't have to win to be a success. Benson Boone is pretty big now, and he even make it through all the way to Idol because he left on his own. So shout out to Chris Daughtry for setting the path for people. It's like, you could be on these singing competition shows or any of these competition shows, but if you got a fan base, you could be fine. Okay, number four, Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert had one of the best voices on American Idol. His rendition of Tear for Fears Mad World is fantastic. He should have been Sam Smith before Sam Smith, but he just didn't get the music that worked for him. The thing that did work was he went on the road with Queen. They regrouped because they stopped touring after Freddie Mercury died. and they in the 2010s they went back on the road, and Adam became their lead singer. He was fantastic on that, and now he took over for Eddie Redmayne on Broadway for Cabaret. And I think the future of Adam Lambert is actually Broadway if he sticks with it. And I do think down the road he will win a Tony, not for Cabaret, but I think if he sticks with Broadway, he'll win a Tony because his voice is fantastic. He has charisma, he has style, but he just never found that material that would have made him a star. He was great with covers, but didn't find enough original material. Number 3, Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson, music wise, she didn't have a lot of hits, but is post music what she did well. She won an Oscar for Dreamgirls, which was deserved. She won some Grammys for some of those songs, which I understood. But then she got an EGOT, right? So she won a Tony as a producer for Strange Loop, and then she won a Daytime Emmy. To me, it's a backdoor EGOT for a Daytime Emmy, but fine, she won an Emmy, and now she got a talk show. I would never foreseen Jennifer Hudson having a talk show. And again, she's not Oprah Winfrey, but, people seem to enjoy it. And basically, it's Ellen's old show. It's her producers. It's Ellen's show, and they just plug Jennifer Hudson in it, but it works. So, hey, shout out to Jennifer Hudson. Number 2, she shocked me. Carrie Underwood is number 2. I am not a big country music fan of today, but man, if you ask who's the top female country artist of the past 20 years, she's probably number 1. I never foresaw Carrie Underwood so she won American Idol, and she was kind of like Jordin Sparks. She was kind of like a sweet blonde country chick, and she's super sexy now in country. So I thought when she went over to country, it kind of like Kelly Pickler went over to country music and she had some hits. So I kind of figured could be kind of like Kelly Pickler, where Carrie Underwood had some hits. No, man, she became at one point the queen of country music. I can't name you any of her songs. Can't. But man, when you hear people say like, yeah, I used to listen to Carrie Underwood and she got me into country music. How people are talking about Taylor Swift today is how young women in country music love Carrie Underwood. I mean, if Reba McEntire is the queen of country and Dolly Parton is like the godmother country, Patsy Cline, Carrie Underwood is clearly one of the top 10 female country singers of all time with Shania Twain. Like, I did not see that coming. The only reason Carrie Underwood is not number 1 is because of Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson is number 1. Kelly Clarkson, her vocal, I miss a Kelly Clarkson on the chart. I miss a soulful pop artist who had soul in her. Man, Kelly Clarkson could sing anything, man. She got that One Christmas Song that's wonderful. She had a string of hits. Of all the idols, she was like the best of finding hits. She was really hitting it hard. And then she slowed down. I don't know if she slowed down because she had the kids, she got married. I don't know what it was, but man, Kelly Clarkson, she was like up there like with Pink. Like she was just up there, just hit after hit after hit. I love a Kelly Clarkson. And just like with Jennifer Hudson, I did not foresee her having a talk show. And just like I'll say about like Jennifer Hudson, Kelly Clarkson is not Oprah Winfrey. She is not that type of interviewer. But in these days and times of daytime TV, you don't have to be Oprah. You just need to have a fun-loving show. And the beautiful thing about Kelly's show that I love is the karaoke. She starts every show singing covers. It's beautiful on 2 different levels. One, you get to hear her sing, which is always great. But she acknowledges, I got here because of American Idol. I got here because I sang covers. Some people run away from that. She doesn't. She fully embraces it and is great. Her rendition of Eric Carmen's All By Myself is still a buzz. And I made a video about this, and I would tell her, go make an album of covers. Go back to your American Idol roots. And I bet you if she made a whole album of covers, or if she just remakes the full version of All By Myself, it'll be number 1. I love Kelly Clarkson, and this talk show thing is just crazy that how successful she is. Because I think they re-upped her again. Like I don't know what season it is, but she's like either 1 or 2. I think maybe it's Drew Barrymore and her. It's like it's crazy. So of the people that I listed, who do you think is your number 1? Is it Kelly Clarkson? Is it somebody else? I didn't hit on the other idols of recent years because they don't promote. I feel bad for the American Idols because it's like The Voice. Like if you win American Idol today, you don't get no promotion. It sucks. But the folks that was able to get through in the beginning, shout out to them. Who do you think is the number 1 American Idol of all time? And who do you think is the most underrated?